Hello and welcome to the latest installment of Fresh Flavors. This is Cereal at Midnight. I am Heath, and these are our Fresh Flavors. What are Fresh Flavors? It's the latest releases, hot off the presses. The purpose of a Fresh Flavors video is for me to show you, hey, this came out. I love to review things here. I love to wax philosophical and talk about my love of film. That's not what these videos are. These videos are, hey, this stuff has arrived. I want you to know about it so you can see it so you can look upon it with your own eyes. Tell your sister you were right. How many times do I make that joke? I want you to see it so you can you can purchase with as much information as you need. And then reviews will follow as I see fit here or at CerealAtMidnite.com. So we got some ground to cover here. Let's just launch right into it. We're going to kick it off. We're going to kick the jams. These jams are about to get kicked with Snowpiercer, the complete second season. Because this comes from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, I need to tell you, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment provided me with a free copy of Snowpiercer, the complete second season. The opinions expressed are my own, yeah! I try to keep it fun. If I have to say it, I might as well say it with some panache. Snowpiercer is the story of a train. It's a dystopian future. Society's on a train. The train is a metaphor. Why did I put air quotes around metaphor? So the train is a metaphor for society, for the caste system, for class system, right? Not like D&D class system. Although I guess maybe it kind of applies. If you are a rogue and working your way forward. You're working your way to the front of the train. Things happen in the cars, right? It's a hard show to talk about because it's so character based and it's so it's the exploration of what's happening on the train. I haven't seen the second season, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but I can tell you that Daveed Diggs is in this from Hamilton. And Blackish, he's great in Blackish. This also stars Jennifer Connelly, who I just love. You want to get me hey Heath, this is out. Would you like to see this? I'll be like, I don't know. I got a lot of stuff stacking up. We got 100 movies I need to catch up on. And be like, Jennifer Connelly's in it. And I'm like, okay, where, what time? Okay, I'll be there. That's how you get me there. And then they've added Sean Bean to the cast. He was spoilers, I guess, but he makes an appearance in season 1. He's basically added to the cast in season 2. So my job is to tell you that this is out. If you are interested. The special features included are the great engineer bringing the mysterious Mr. Wilford aboard. Winter is coming. That's from another show. Season 2 overview. Behind the character Mr. Wilford. Season 2 roundtable. I love a roundtable. I like to facilitate roundtables when I can. You guys see my Makeflix roundtable with Fred Olin Ray, J.R. Bookwalter, and David Sterling. I love a roundtable. Daveed Diggs Season 1 recap. That's actually really cool because it's Daveed Diggs. This is the lead of the show, one of the leads of the show, talking about what happened in Season 1. So if you're not binging them, that's actually a really cool feature. Remember when Buffy, it'd be previously on Buffy, and it'd be Tony Head doing his, anyway. All right, let's move on. So it's a two disc set Blu-ray. Comes with a digital copy, 5 episodes per Blu-ray. I'll show you. All right. I'll show you. That was my opening the box and showing you music. Production value. What more could you ask for? All right, we move on. We've got a couple of Steelbooks from Lionsgate that are Best Buy exclusives. Only available at Best Buy. Everybody caught that, right? So we're going to start with Ran from Akira Kurosawa, the great, like the legendary filmmaker Akira Kurosawa. Like classes are taught about Kurosawa films. Huge inspiration to George Lucas, among, other sources. But this is Ran. This is a 1985 movie. I'll review it at some point. This is not that review. But this is this steelbook is just super duper gorgeous. It's got a special feature about the restoration. That's the only special feature. This is a longer movie too. This is like one of those 2.5 hour kinds of things. 162 minutes. Okay, you ready? Hold on. Hold on. What was with the sound effect? Ready? Okay, let's just do it. All right, there's the front of the steelbook. There's the back of the steelbook. And then I think it looks great. Let me show you. I'll show it to you like this. Oh, I left my digital code inside. Let me make sure these discs are right side up. Okay, they are. There's the inside. And I'll show you beneath the Planet of the Apes. I mean, beneath the steelbook. Okay. There we go. Hopefully the glare is minimal and you're oohing and ahhing. Ooh, and ah. It's always so touching. It just has to touch it. Okay. That is Ran. I believe the MSRP for both this and the one I'm about to show you, Terminator II, is these are the 4K Blu-ray digital combo packs. So you have 3 methods to see the movies. I think it's $27.99 for both. If I'm wrong about that, hey, future Heath of Earth 2, put that in, add that text to this video if you're incorrect. Terminator 2, this is, so, we're going to be coming from a couple of, I got some extreme opinions about this. One, this is the previously released 4K transfer of Terminator 2. This is not a new transfer. It's not. And I don't like the transfer. It has been completely... See, and I think this even comes from James Cameron, right? Because he has to, like, approve everything he's associated with now. Because he's, like, the most prestigious director in the world. So, it does not look good. Everything that I like about a 4K transfer from something shot on film is not in this transfer. It has been completely digitally scrubbed. It looks like a PlayStation 5 game. Some people like that. Every time we're going to talk about grain in a minute. Every time I talk about grain, it used to just be a few people. Now it's like 5% of the people are like, "Boy, I hate grain." They're like Anakin Skywalker with sand. They're like, "I hate grain. It's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere." I love grain, especially when it's presented properly, as film is grain. So this is not a good transfer. It's not. But on the other side of that, this may be my favorite steelbook ever. I don't think I've ever seen a cooler steelbook. So if you love the movie, like, you probably want to get it just for the steelbook. So it also has the Blu-ray too. So you're not just stuck with the 4K. All right, let's do this. You ready? First of all, just get a good look. So there's the logo up here. Part of the, see, that's coming away. What else is it? This is coming away. Okay, let's do it. Do I do the noise? Okay. Okay, look in his eyes. You got John Connor in one eye. You've got Sarah Connor in the other eye. The teeth. This is fracking awesome. Okay, get ready. It gets cooler. Look at this. This is the back of the steelbook. I'm just gonna hold it there for you. What if I just held this for like 20 more minutes? I'm just like, yeah, isn't it great? Here's the, opened up. I almost did the Terminator music with my mouth, and I think that would probably be okay, but with Google, man, I don't even know these days. Here's the digital code. I'm gonna take the discs out because there's 2 discs, right? The 4K and the Blu-ray. Even the discs are amazing. So here's the interior. We got Miles Dyson. This is okay. I don't know. I almost would have rather have had like something about No Fate. I don't know. But check these discs out. They even incorporated awesomeness into the discs. So here is this is the 4K disc. Try to get the glare off of that. They have incorporated the hole in the disc into the gun that Schwarzenegger, the T-800 is carrying. That is amazing. How could it But Heath, how could it get any cooler? Look at that. It is amazing. So much thought went into this. I wish that much thought had gone into the transfer of James Cameron, who will never see this and does not give a he lit his if he did see this, he would light his computer on fire with $100 bills. Doesn't care. But again, Best Buy exclusive. I love that Steelbook. What do you think? Okay, let's move on. Moving forward. We got to talk about Robotech, like the counterpoint to the grain. This is, since my first Robotech, so the Macross Saga, this is part 2. They're releasing, now if you could pre-order the whole thing directly from Shout Factory in this massive box set that came with tchotchkes and like Veritech fighters and like all kinds of stuff. I didn't want all that stuff. I just want the show because I've already got the Proto Culture collection. I just wanted the show on Blu-ray. So this is the Masters Saga. Volume 3 is coming out in December of 2021. So they've put them out like boom, 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 back to back to back. One of my complaints about the first volume, about the Macross Saga, was like, there's not a lot of extras here. This really steps it up. So I'm going to hold this up for you guys and you can see the special features here. I mean, they've really added a lot of stuff. It's not everything. And we can see what's going to be on Volume 3, and it's still not everything, but it helps. So we've got like an hour of deleted scenes, music videos, Robotech the Inside Story documentary, Galaxy of the Stars. I used to love that Galaxy of the Stars Harmony Gold promo reel. The appendix, including character bios, model sheets, pre-production art, comic book covers, merchandise galleries. So it looks like a lot of the stuff that existed that was not included in that first volume has been included here. I guess that makes sense. It's a little bit of a shorter chunk, less episodes, right? So they have more room to work with. But here's the thing, and I'm not going to talk too much about this because I don't want this video to be super long. So it's grainy. It's like really, it's just really grainy, and I love that because I can be like, look, it's film. I've never seen these look like film before. But again, what I learned very quickly was there are people out there who film murdered their grandmother. Film grain murdered their grandmother. And they will never forgive it. And they take it personally. And the butt hurt, it will never stop. They are furious about the grain. They want everything to look like a PlayStation 5 game. And I'm, okay, that's fine. So I guess if you're one of those people, don't buy this. Because it has a lot of grain. For me, I'm super happy with it. I like grain. I've covered it, right? Let's look at the set. So here's disc 1. Hopefully none of these fall out. 2 and 3 and 4. That's all I got to say about it right now. Maybe I'll do a Robotech spotlight video in the future after I've watched. I'm still working on the Macross Saga. I don't even think I'm halfway through the Macross Saga because I got a lot of stuff to watch, right? Every time Jennifer Connelly puts out a project, I gotta go see it. So, all right, from Arrow Video, The Snake Girl and the Silver-Haired Witch. This is a 1960, I think it's 1968 Japanese movie. Why do I do this to myself? I say years when I'm not sure. It is 1968. Okay, so I don't know a whole lot about this because I haven't watched it yet, but my understanding of this is that it's an adaptation of like 2 separate, I think it's manga series. And it's been kind of adapted into one film. And this is one of those things that I think like a lot of people were like, well, I never thought that was coming. I never thought we'd get that on Blu-ray. So Arrow continues to just do amazing work. I always flip it. So this has reversible artwork. The other side of the artwork is this. But I always like to have that second piece of artwork. It's the point of a slipcase to me. Alternate artwork. So we have a sweet booklet here. Which I'll thumb through it for you guys really quick. Here's the table of contents. I'll do this like an Audible book. Contents. Cast and crew. Page 5. Cast. Yachi Matsui. I'm not going to do that. An old house where terror lurks in the shadows and jumps out at night. All right. Sometimes, you know what? If you can't amuse yourself, why make a YouTube video? I just want to have fun. This is the whole point of my channel. I just want to have some fun. You guys are invited. I'm excited to check this out. I am really hoping over the upcoming American holiday weekend that I will be marathoning some films back to back to back. But even, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes in, so it'll still just be a drop in the bucket. But I got a lot of stuff to catch up on, and I'm looking forward to it. What do we have? We have a high definition transfer. We have the original uncompressed mono audio, optional English subtitles, brand new commentary by film historian David Calat. This charming woman, a newly filmed interview with a manga and folklore scholar Zach Davison. Zach Davison. Theatrical trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Mike Lee Graham. Mike Lee Graham looks great. Nice work. Let's talk about some Cauldron films, you guys. We got some new releases from Cauldron. These have just recently dropped in the last few weeks, and we haven't had a chance to talk about them here yet. Where should I? Let's start chronologically. So that means we're going to start with the Collingswood story. Both of these are they're running with like a found footage theme. Collingswood story is like a girl is communicating with someone over the internet, and the house is, there's something in the house, all that stuff. I love Cauldron films because they present, it's an interesting take on stuff, right? And they present things with a preservationist perspective. I'm trying to think about how I want to say it. It's sort of a preservationist perspective. So these have slipped through the cracks in home media, and Cauldron does a really good job at finding things that the audience has not necessarily discovered. Again, I'm trying to choose my words carefully here because words matter. The thing that I like about Cauldron is that they are champions of sort of I don't want to take a dump on somebody else to lift up Cauldron. They find movies that are underappreciated and underseen that should be appreciated and should be seen. That's not always the case with every company, right? Some companies are putting turds on discs and they're like, limited edition. Not naming names, but we know who they are. So Cauldron, I like it. I like the model, and I really appreciate what they're doing. I don't have everything these guys have put out, but I'm working on it. So behind special features, behind the story, Stephanie D's interview, Johnny Burton and Gant Edmonds interview, director's commentary, image gallery. Hold that up for you. I don't think that's focusing for some reason, but hopefully you can make it out. This does have reversible art. Let me. Whoosh. It's reversible art. And then I'm going to go ahead and talk about, see if I can do this correct. This is a Mexican film. La Posesión de Alter. I may or may not have run that one by Brie, who is a Spanish professor, instructor. 1974. I left off the 1970. La Posesión de Alter, 1974. I don't know how I would say 1974 in Spanish, but it's not written in Spanish. It's written in English, the alphanumeric. Okay. I'm not starting over. This is another found footage movie with a premise of like discovered 8mm footage. It's the worldwide Blu-ray debut of the Mexican found footage film, shot on Super 8 film and directed by Victor Dreyer. This meticulously created descent into madness, uses atmosphere and brooding sound design to shape an unnerving experience. So the special features are a sound design featurette, because they're relying so much on sound, the trailer, and guess what? CD soundtrack. What if I just dropped it? I almost did. So the film on Blu-ray and the CD soundtrack. There's the tracks. Hopefully all those are YouTube appropriate. Aquí. I saw a track named Aquí. Okay, so that is, again, haven't seen them. My point is just to tell you, here they are. Don't miss out. And we'll talk about them soon. Now we move on to Film Movement, who has, this is actually really near to my heart, and I'm super excited to check it out. Deep Blues, is this 1992? 1991, I was close. The 1991 documentary about the Delta Blues. And music journalist, historian Robert Palmer, I think that's his name, went on a quest with In 1990, commissioned by Dave Stewart of the Eurythmics. As written by Dave Stewart of the Eurythmics. Fair use. Veteran music film director, I guess that's a music video director, Robert Muggy, and renowned music scholar Robert Palmer ventured deep into the heart of North Mississippi Hill Country and Mississippi Delta, to seek out the best rural blues acts and working. It's a blues preservation movie, and I love that stuff. I have driven parts of the Mississippi Blues Trail, not the whole thing. Bree and I took this amazing road trip longer ago than I care to remember. It was too long ago. We got to do it again. But we drove up a big chunk of the Mississippi Blues Trail. That's where the Robert Johnson video, a lot of you guys, like 250,000 people have seen my Robert Johnson video. That's where that video came. We went looking for the crossroads, and then we just took it all the way up to Memphis, ended it at Graceland with at Sun Records, all that stuff. I mean, it was such an amazing trip. The Mississippi Blues Trail is amazing, and Mississippi has done a great job at preserving the history of the blues in Mississippi. So this is a documentary about that with very talented musicians filming the thing. So featuring performances by Booker T. Here, I'm not even going to do it. We're just going to hold it up. I'll let you read it. I don't like reading things to you. You can read it yourself, right? I hate to be the guy who's like, well, and then here's this. It comes with this amazing booklet. Take a drink. I love a booklet. About the content. I mean, look at this. Who loves the blues? You know, my music. It's okay to say this, right? I love music as much as I love movies. I'm a huge music fan. My music-related videos do not get the interest or the traffic that my movie videos do, so we tend to do more movie videos. But I'm deeply passionate about music. I mean, I do consider myself a musicologist. I buy as much music as I buy movies. And I have really come to appreciate the history of the blues and its impact on everything, literally everything. So Deep Blues, this is, it's got a commentary by director Robert Muggy, Deep Blues behind the scenes, and then all those performances. Listen to this quote from the Los Angeles Times. A movie no blues lover, no popular music aficionado, and no devotee of American culture and folkways should miss. A peek into our national soul. I mean, that's a plug line right there. Last, but certainly not least, maybe I have the most to say about these. I don't know. We'll see. Shout Factory has released 2 more deep cuts from the Roger Corman catalog. A couple of biker movies from the early 70s, 1971 on both of these, I believe. Yes. Bury Me an Angel and Angels Hard as They Come. I do not believe these are related to each other, even though they do have Angel in the title, because the Hell's Angels, and it was in the culture at the time. But I don't think they're actually related. Jonathan Demme, which one was he involved in? Jonathan Demme co-wrote Angels Hard as They Come. Silence of the Lambs director Jonathan Demme came through the Corman School. He was one of the success stories of the Corman School. Arguably, Ron Howard was another. I always love. I said this in my Silence of the Lambs review, my 4K review for Silence of the Lambs. I see the Corman in Silence of the Lambs. Well, I can literally see the Corman because Roger Corman is actually in the movie. But there's like a, like as great of a movie as Silence of the Lambs is, it's also it's like a little bit exploitation movie. It's like an exploitation movie grown up. And I love that. So these come from Shout Factory. Here's the scoop on these, and this is controversial, and I want to take your temperature on this, and then we're going to go. Both of these are, so Shout Factory / Scream Factory. I don't think these are related. Yeah, these aren't under Scream. These are just Shout. But it's the same company. It's the same people, same company. Shout Factory owns the Roger Corman catalog. They purchased it for a lot of money, and they put out all those like double features and triple features, like the Candy Stripe Nurses and stuff, and the I think Georgia Peaches is a double feature, triple feature. Women in Prison. They put out a bunch of like DVD box set. They're not box sets, but like double, triple features. And now we're in the Blu-ray era, and they are doing things like this, and these are only available on the Shout Factory website, and they are limited editions of 1,500 units. So 1,500 copies of each movie. They've done the same thing for Death Sport, Jackson County Jail, Street Walking. I've bought most of them. I haven't bought all of them. I am of two minds of this. One, I'm super happy that we have, these come from new 2K scans. So they're preserving the Corman catalog both on disc and by giving them new scans. New scans are important for preservation. They have no special features and they're $26.98 each. And because they're Shout Factory website exclusives, you'll never be able to find them on Amazon, Best Buy, Bull Moose, Deep Discount, anywhere that you would buy movies online. They're only on Shout Factory's website. And if you're not following them on social media, and if you're not paying attention to that social media, you could very well miss these. I assume these are still in stock right now because it looks like the last few they've released have not sold out. But I want your guys' opinion on this, right? Because obviously, you know, we just did a round table with J.R. Bookwalter, Fred Olen Ray, David Sterling. We talked a lot about the pitfalls of independent distributors, independent filmmakers, independent, you know, third parties trying to play in the Amazon marketplace and these big box retailers who do not care about them. And I'm of two minds, right? Because I really want to support these, but I'm like, why limit them to 1,500 units? It's been a bee in my bonnet since they first started doing this, like a year or two ago. Because I'm like, well, you're telling people they're limited because you want them to go like, oh no, I don't want to miss out. And that I understand that, and that's important. Because a lot of people do go, oh, that's coming out? I'll wait till it's on sale. Or even worse, I'll wait till it's on clearance. At which point, like, nobody's making much money off of it. But at the same time, Shout Factory has a bottom line to protect, right? But print 1,000, sell them. So, oh, we're between pressings of these. Print another 1,000. When those sell out, print another, or do 500. It's the limited edition nature of these that really bothers me because I feel like a lot of people miss out. And every time I talk about them, somebody misses out, or they will miss out. If they haven't missed out yet, they will miss out at some point. And when you own something, it just feels unfortunate to me that you feel, you know, you could press 100. Now financially, I don't know that that's worth it, but you could press 500. Press another 1,000. I hate to see people miss. That's what it comes down to. I just hate to see the fans miss out on something because they don't know about it. And because it's not on Amazon or any of those other places, and again, Amazon, evil, they are. I mean, the bigger the corporation, the more control they have, and they squash the little guy. But there's so many people who they'll never find these through a search engine. You know, they will never get customers who bought Roger Corman's blah, 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 also bought. They'll never see that, and so they'll miss out. And so, I mean, that is ultimately up to the customer to be alert and to know. But it makes me sad because I love Roger Corman, and I want as many people to see these movies as possible. And I don't feel like limited editions is the way to do that. If you don't want to risk profits, press smaller batches or do manufactured on demand. You know, do the Warner Archive thing. Just print in small batches. When you need more, print some more. What do you guys think about it? I think I did have the most to say about that. Guys, this has been Fresh Flavors. That's the end of my stack. What have you seen from this? A lot to talk about. A lot of conversation starters here. So let's continue it in the comments below. That's going to do it for this one. Guys, thanks so much. Take care. Until next time, here's where to go and what to do.